I had a breakdown.
That was this year.
I crashed out. That was this year. I took a break for it to really have to. Like, you have to be the one to believe that you're going to be okay. And you have to be the one that is going to get up and, change your life and do all of these things.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are so excited for our podcast episode today. I'm Fatwa.
I'm Fatma.
I'm Rio.
And we're going to get started with a little game. We're going to do some Would You Rather questions, and I have them. They don't know them. So, first Would You Rather question is, this is really silly, but would you rather swim in a pool full of Nutella or a pool full of maple syrup?
Ew.
I'm going to say Nutella because it seems like it's easier to clean off.
Yeah, I would say so, too. Nutella.
And yummier.
Yeah, because maple syrup is so sweet.
So y'all gonna like the Nutella? I was thinking low-key maple syrup because it's easier to get through. I don't know.
I guess.
Might be
but
less thicker.
It's just like circumstantial. Like, why would I need to swim in
That's
a pool
what
of
you
Nutella?
rather questions are about, so get over it. Okay, question number 2. Would you rather never be able to go out during the day or never be able to go out at night?
That's easy. At night.
Dang. But then you would miss out on so much because everybody parties at night.
Yeah, but then you can invite people over to your house and you can do things inside.
You're one of those people that's like,
Yeah,
here's the loophole.
Yeah, no, literally. I'd rather
Haters.
never be able to go out in the. Oh dang! But I love vacation in summertime, so that'd be hard. So it depends on what is nighttime, because in summertime it's light outside at 8. Is that nighttime or no? Or just when it gets dark?
Say from 5 p.m. on.
Dang.
Low-key my first.
Honestly, yeah, I would do. I would rather never go out in the day. I'd rather.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You would say night?
Night.
I low-key would say night too.
You were literally arguing that her case.
were.
So why'd you pick
No,
it?
because I was saying, dang, all the parties happen at nighttime. It's hard for me to choose, but I think ultimately I just got on the
What would you do during the day? Grocery shop?
Sorry. Low-key. I feel like I enjoy being out in the sunshine and when it's light outside.
Yeah, but then if it's 5 p.m., summertime, it's still going to be light outside. So I'd rather just experience that.
What are you going to do at night?
So true. That's a good question. What are you doing at night?
Okay, that's a good point. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't want to give that up.
Give it up. Okay, anywho, let's do one more question.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, would you rather always have BO and not know it or always smell BO on everyone else? That's
I
crazy.
think I'd rather smell BO on everyone else.
Yeah.
Because I could give grace, but not everyone will give grace for me.
Yeah, I'd rather smell it on everyone else too. Because if you have BO and you don't know it,
Then people are just like, ew, she's the girl that smells bad.
cutthroat.
Yeah, I do not want that label. I'd rather smell other people's BOs, and I just hope that there are more people who clean themselves.
Yeah.
Who shower and
Yeah,
I don't
true.
know.
Okay, actually one last one. Would you rather always be 10 minutes late or always be 20 minutes early?
Why you?
That was targeted.
Boy, you're the one that's always kind of late.
I am punctual. Period.
Actually, yeah, I don't know why I said that. You are kind of punctual.
I would rather always be 20 minutes early, but the downside to that is sometimes things get canceled.
At least you're there. What if it doesn't?
And you get to leave. I get anxious if I'm at work 10 minutes before I need to be. I need to be there 20 minutes early. So, big change.
I'd rather be 10 minutes late to everything.
She would.
Okay, everyone, it's the holiday season, and it is the best time of the year, and we're so excited for this episode. We are going to talk about our 2024 in review, and then we're going to talk about our BHAGs, and BHAG stands for Big, Hairy, Audacious Goals, and then we're going to talk about 2025. So, let's start off with our year in review.
This
Start.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
Rough. I mean, we could talk about things that happen socially, if we could even socially. I guess socially is the word. What?
What does that even mean
Like,
socially?
I meant culturally.
Okay, like
yeah,
okay.
what happened this year to the world.
I see what you're saying.
Pop culture.
You guys, I'm so bad with pop culture. But
Chappell Roan, our lesbian queen, rose to fame. The Olympics happened.
The Olympics
Happened this year.
That's crazy.
Did Gypsy Rose get out of jail this year?
She did! Oh my gosh.
And Selena Gomez is engaged.
Yeah.
Finally. She
Uh,
her happiness.
The Kardashians season came out.
Yeah, that's true.
We did watch that.
What happened in the beginning of the year?
I know. I can't remember what happened in the beginning of the year.
I'm sure a lot.
Honestly.
Very demure, very mindful. That popped
Yeah.
off.
Very, very demure.
We had a brat summer. Taylor was on the Eras tour. It ended.
All year long. She was.
One Direction went through a lot. Yeah. Moment of silence. Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, so that's what happened.
I mean, that's literally all I can remember. But this year felt so long.
It did.
But at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The years
I feel
go
like
by fast.
no, this year I felt like the year was so long and the months went by so fast.
Yeah.
So, what happened in our lives? Let's think about the first half of the year.
Honestly.
It was my senior year of college.
Yes.
I graduated in April, so that was really exciting. I was president of the Black Student Union, and I was leading a group called the Rhythm and Soul Collective, which was a dance group, and had a gospel choir, and we danced and sang music from the African diaspora. What about you guys?
I had an emergency move early in the beginning of the year.
Gosh.
We love it when our landlords are like, you have 2 weeks to move out. So that was fun. We lived through it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
For me, I started my second semester of junior year, and then I took a term off. It was supposed to be a semester because I had a breakdown.
That was this year.
I crashed out. That was this year. I took a break for a term. This year. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Felt like forever ago.
Literally.
And I had a crash out.
Yeah.
We moved in together this year.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
What
That's
else happened?
fun. I saw Wicked on Broadway in July.
Yeah, she went to New York.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I went to London on a study abroad.
That was this year.
I know.
That's so insane.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh, I went to I went to a lot of places this year. I went to Atlanta twice.
That was this year.
I went to
I
London.
cannot believe that.
I went to Georgia, Alabama. I feel like there's more, but I'm missing it. You went to DC.
I sure did. DC,
And
New York,
visited-
and Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I went to
Home and back.
my
School and back.
This is my student life, okay?
I got my first full-time job.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I got a job too.
And
I got fired.
so
I got
proud
fired.
of you for accepting that.
Yeah, I did get fired.
Wow, that's brave.
Almost my second time. The first time I quit before they could get to me.
Rio crashed my car.
Oh yeah, I did crash. Okay, guys, I am a responsible, normal person, I swear.
Accidents happen. She's still young. Our house flooded.
It did.
No, literally, how our house flooded.
Still currently getting that under control.
No, yeah.
Actually, by the time we post this, probably not. Yeah, it won't. No.
Aww.
Hope not. We
had
had a
lots-
bus in summer.
We sure did.
We went swimming a bunch.
Parade of Home.
Yeah,
Parade
there's.
of
Oh my gosh,
Home.
that's like our summer activity.
Yeah.
Truly.
If
It's
you
so
guys don't
fun.
know what that is, that's basically where you sign up to go tour a bunch of rich homes in wherever you live, in different cities and where you live. And we saw the biggest, largest,
Yeah.
most. Some were really well decorated, others were okay.
Yeah, and it's fun to be the judge, even though we are all broke.
We have $20 in our bank account.
It's called manifesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we all love interior design.
Yeah.
So
It's actually so fun.
It was
We
really fun.
We probably went to way more houses than we had the bandwidth for. But
Yeah, it was fun, and we need to honestly do like a Parade of Homes vlog one day. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that next summer.
what's your biggest takeaway from this year?
So, we didn't really talk about emotionally what this year has been like for us. So I'll dive into that a little bit, but
Yeah.
I've struggled with gut health issues for a long time, and this past year, definitely been struggling with it. And I'm trying to learn how to accept and move on and all that good stuff. And so I think one thing that I've learned truly is that like getting older isn't a bad thing, and there's always time to do what it is that we want to do. And I feel like even saying that, like, it's not an easy thing to say, but I think in practice it's what's real. It's really easy for me to be like, so I'm 24. It's really easy for me to be like, oh my gosh, like my 20s, like, but people on the other side are like, girl, you're 24, like you're just fine. You still have so much time. And I think I've gotten to the point in my life where I look back at younger me and I think, oh, you were so cute. You were so cute.
Shoot.
You thought you'd have all this figured out by 22, but it's like you'll probably have it figured out by 30, if that. And that's okay. Whatever happens, happens. Like we're all on this journey. So.
This year has definitely been hard emotionally for me and mentally as well. But going through a mental health journey has taught me that you really have to be the one to put in like almost 80% of the work, at least for myself. It was always really hard for me to like think positively because it's so cliche and annoying to hear when you're going through something tough, but you really have to. Like, you have to be the one to believe that you're going to be okay, and you have to be the one that is going to get up and, change your life and do all of these things. So, like, even not necessarily doing those things, not saying that I haven't, but just thinking them or allowing to, like having a growth mindset, just entertaining that thought, because it's even hard to just step into it immediately. So I think that's one thing I've kind of been thinking about.
Yeah, I feel like we've all been dragged this year emotionally by the edges, okay? And it's not been fun. It's been a really crappy year emotionally, but yeah, there's a lot of resilience that we've all shown this year. And I feel like we're kind of all crawling out of the hole just a little bit. And it could be because of the upcoming change with the new year. But girl, let me tell you, I'm happy that I've cried when I needed to cry, and happy that I got on medication, happy that I've learned to accept certain things, like what I said, and to also let go. I did so much of like letting go, and letting go comes with grief, and so it was painful.
Can you tell them what? So
No. Please tell them what.
So Nosa always does a word of the year, at least she used to. And you should just tell them what your word was and what that looked like for you throughout the year.
Okay. Yeah, what was my word last year? Transformation?
Maybe?
What was it?
Last year?
No, sorry, I just had another thought. But transformation, it was something along the lines of growth, or like
Okay.
something like
Either way, the word for this year was surrender, and I've done this for like 3 or 4 years now, where I've chosen kind of like a word each year. And so this year, little me, I thought it was gonna be so cute. Like, I was gonna let go of like never saying never, letting go of like saying, oh, I'm never gonna be one of those people that wakes at 5 a.m. I just wanted to like get out of rigid thinking. I wanted to choose what I let go of. More thoughts and beliefs. Let go of certain biases, let go of certain habits. But no, when you pick a word of the year, you are preparing yourself for a spiritual battle. Do you understand? A spiritual battle.
Talk about power of the tongue, because
power of the tongue. The minute you commit to a word for the year, the Lord, the universe, something out there is like, oh, okay, this is what you want. I will take you through it, and I will make sure you get to the end. So I had to surrender a lot of things that I wasn't expecting to surrender. I had to surrender things that were on my mind. And don't do it.
Yeah.
She surrendered.
Surrendering.
Right.
Yeah.
She literally gave up. She's like, I'm done surrendering.
We've all collectively decided, like,
Literally. So for 2025, it's not happening.
Yeah.
I'm not choosing a word. And literally, it's not just this year, but every other year before that, when I've chosen a word of the year, I've been put through it, and it has been on the theme of that word. So I just want to say, be careful.
You have been warned.
No, for real.
So, okay, another thing that I wanted to talk about in terms of this year in review is our social media usage and how that's changed and what that's looked like for us.
Yeah.
For me personally, I have gone through a lot of like highs and lows with social media because whenever I'm on social media, I tend to just get sucked in and it prevents me from being productive, and I start to procrastinate a lot. And I listened to a really cool podcast. I love podcasts. And the Mel Robbins podcast, shout out.
She's good.
Yeah, she had this neuroscientist come in and talk about how media affects the brain and stuff, and I like shared it with them. I was like, you guys have to listen immediately. But talked about really cool things, and it made me realize like, oh my gosh, social media can play such a negative role in our lives. And so I'll go through these phases where I deactivate my social media accounts, and I'm pretty sure people are like, oh my gosh, she blocked me or she unfollowed me or something. But it's
think
like,
about that.
no, I just need a
Deactivated.
break because
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person where if I have the app on my phone, I will go on it. Like, I just don't have that kind of self-restraint. I'm not mentally stable. And we've come to the conclusion where, like, social media is good. You just have to be in a good place mentally to be able to use it.
That's it. Yeah, truly.
And I have not been in a good place mentally.
Yeah, that's
and
the
so I
problem.
literally have to deactivate my account. Like, that's enough to stop me, because if you reactivate it, you have to wait a week before you can deactivate it again, and my pride is just too strong. I'm like, I fell off the face of the earth. I can't just pop up again.
I'm done.
That's embarrassing. But what about you guys?
You can go first.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like my journey with social media and learning to like reduce it started back in 2021. Like, I went an entire year without being on Instagram, and that was refreshing. But this year I haven't been on TikTok for like years. It's just something I've let go. And then with Instagram, I just deactivated it again because I've noticed that like when I'm scrolling, whether it's on Pinterest, YouTube Shorts, unfortunately, or like Reels or anything like that, like
YouTube Short.
That's desperate.
We
Listen,
love you, YouTubers,
we
but
do.
the shorts is crazy.
The thing is, like, I noticed that I have more brain fog, like, my sleep is really impacted, and, like, I have more, like, intrusive thoughts because, like, my brain is too tired to, like, quiet down my thoughts.
Yeah.
And so, like, because I've used so much of my brain energy to scroll, like, it takes so much of your dopamine away that you almost have to do more to get your dopamine back. And so, yeah, I just feel like I'm so much better, and then I feel like I do much more in my life when I don't have social media because I wake up and then I can't be on my phone, and so I'm like, oh, what do I do? Like, and then I start to think of like, oh, I have this to do and that to do, and I want to get this done, and I have the attention span to do it and the energy to do it because I didn't lay in my bed scrolling. And also not just getting off of social media, but also getting off of like my phone in general, not checking my emails on my phones, turning off certain notifications, not looking at my phone at first thing in the morning, just because like just screen time in general hurts me and my ADHD and my functioning. So
Yeah, for sure. I'm nowhere near as self-controlled as these guys, but I'm getting there. I've definitely had my periods where I've gotten off and felt so much better.
yeah.
And I am an iPad kid, like I'm Gen Z, like I know what it means to be addicted. Don't play with me. But
Chronically online.
I do give myself grace because I feel like, again, it's so hard with the conversation of social media. When I think about it, I'm like, but it does help us so much. Like, it's so cool to see how connected our world is, and you can see how other people live. Like, what would we do without that? Sometimes I'm like, that's crazy. But it's also so negative and harmful, so...
Yeah. I miss the educational side of TikTok. Like, when I was more controlled, I would just do the educational videos on TikTok, but if I wasn't controlled, I'd watch every video on TikTok.
Yeah.
So
But personally, I'm still a bot. Don't know what to say about that. I do one day in the future. I don't want to. Like, I don't want social media to have such a big pull in my life and make such a negative impact. But I do give myself grace because I am younger than them.
Yeah.
So, like, hopefully I'll find my way.
Yeah.
You know, I think I will. I know I will.
that's the other thing about this year is I feel like I've grown so much in literally all the different aspects, and I feel like I'm such a different person than I was 2 years ago. And I don't know, one thing, and not this being a whole social media conversation, but literally one thing that turns me off about social media is that anybody can have access to your personal life. Yeah. And some people choose that, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I'm the kind of person where if we don't talk, you don't get to just see my videos or see my pictures. And that's why I don't post a lot on my Instagram right now. But I do want people to see what's going on in my life. Like the people, because there are people that I care about that I don't talk to regularly, but I do think deserve to see what's going on and to have an update. But I think, evil eye. Like there are people who want what you have or judge you and that kind of thing. So I would love to create a new account and to tailor my account to that audience. And
so you can post like you're at the grocery store, on a Monday, but it's the people you actually care about seeing it.
Almost like a spam account. Yeah. And it's like I can just be myself. Whereas like honestly, right now I feel like I do have to pose kind of picture perfect. Although I try to not do that. Like I try to be different. Yeah. Not trying to be different, but like I try to do things differently so that I can be the person that I'm preaching about. But yeah. So I've thought about that.
Okay. Yeah, totally.
I'm trying to be young and turn. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Fatma was looking for what her predictions were for the year 2024. So this was Rayan's idea, but in 2023 we watched this video, and what it is really this like lady who puts out different like gemstones, different colors, and you pick the gemstone, and the gemstone that you pick has like certain predictions, and she does like a reading for your next year. So we did that for 2024, and we also took notes, and so we just we want to look back and see if things did unravel as they were told to us in that video. Yeah. I chose a pink gemstone. What's it called?
It's a rose quartz.
I chose a rose quartz, a symbol of love apparently.
It is, yeah. I don't remember what the stone is called that I chose. Maybe it's opal, but it's a blue stone. Okay. I guess I can go first. I wrote it down on paper. I didn't write it on my phone. Okay. But I remember it just talking about success and change of habits. And while maybe am I the most productive person? Maybe not. Okay. No, maybe I'm not. Okay. But listen, I became a lot more aware of how important productivity is and how much your habits impact your life, and that's something that I want to attach to my character, like really doing things to help my well-being and mental health and physical health and emotional health, just all around well-being. So
yeah, I feel like that's what I remember about yours too.
Yeah, and it talked about something happening at the end of the year, and something did happen. And so, because my life looks different now than it did maybe 2 months ago. Yes. And so I think that's interesting. Maybe it didn't play out the exact same way, but it was pretty up to par.
I feel like yours really warned you to like learn to be disciplined. Like you needed to be disciplined to succeed in something, and then whatever you needed to be disciplined about, your people around you
would support you.
Will celebrate you. Oh yeah. Yes, support you throughout, but then we'll celebrate with you.
Oh my gosh!
Do you remember that?
Yeah, they did celebrate. Oh my gosh! Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Isn't that crazy? Okay, this sounds kind of loser and lame, but like I took summer school classes and I passed all of them. That's my that was my celebration. I passed all of them. And then we had a little party and I was like, oh my gosh, it was so fun. I forgot about that. So cute. I'm excited now to see what mine says for next year.
Oh my gosh. Mine said a lot of good things, but they did not come to fruition, and that's okay. It was just a fun thing to participate in. But mine focused a lot on like
career.
It was career focused and like increasing in finances, and of course I got in my head and was thinking like, oh, I'm gonna become so much more richer. No,
much more richer.
I in fact digressed. No, that's not the right word. I
went back.
Regressed.
I think that is it.
Is that the word?
Yeah, I think so.
Anyways, I did not make the progress that I wanted to make financially, and that's okay.
It happens.
I did make a lot of career advancements in the sense of like trainings and stuff, and feeling out more confident in myself as a therapist and all of that. So
and there were so many days this year where she came home and she was like, I just did so good today. Like, I felt so proud. So I feel like you better work this.
Thanks.
That's awesome. Okay, so I was over here looking like a bot because I was reading all the notes that I took, and I chose the Yellowstone. I don't remember what it was called, but it was yellow. I remember I talked about, so we watched this in the end of December, and it was talking about how there was something that was going to come into fruition, and it had started the year.
Oh my gosh!
And that, so that was like one thing. And then it also talked a lot about like fulfilling, like getting
closer to what you want to do.
Okay, I have down here, it says like getting the royal position. I will fill it. I deserve it. Full respect. And
your job.
Yeah, and it also talks about like getting like more money. And that kind of thing. And so, I got like my first full-time job, and that was something that was on my mind.
And she's really good at it.
And I enjoy what I do. Anywho, so there was that. And then it talked a lot about, I think, like kind of relationships. I don't know. Yes. Maybe that was the way I was seeing it.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going on in my life. But at the end, so she broke it up into quarters.
Yes.
So the first quarter was going to happen in the second quarter. So in the last quarter of the year, September through December, she says, talks about success, love, staying very busy, and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, that's good. I feel like I'm ending the year on a good note.
Yeah.
Even though things are crazy, but yeah.
Yeah. I guess we haven't really talked about this year out loud, but like, it is, I feel like in my own personal life, like progress and like feeling stagnant, I guess not progress, but feeling stagnant has been a big theme in my life because I feel like I've stayed in the same place for so long. But I feel like I have to sort of accept that progress isn't always the fastest thing ever. And now looking back on this year from where I was at the beginning and now to where I am now, it's like maybe it's not the biggest difference, but it's something. And I'm like, I want to accept that progress doesn't always have to be the fastest thing in the world, you know? And
yes.
Yeah.
I want to add to that because I graduated last year, right, from my master's, and so I had these big dreams, big expectations for the year 2024. I was like, oh my gosh, like finally I'm done with college, I get to live my life, I get to save so much more money and do all these things, just really, really big ideas, okay? And then I had the same realization towards the end of this year now that like, maybe I'm not going to be secure in the ways that I want to be secure until another 2 or 3 years instead of right away the first year of, post-graduation life. And so that's a good reminder to kind of slow down. And again, one of the things I had to let go of advancing too fast in life. And now that I'm saying that, I'm like, duh. Who gets to places too fast? You know what I mean? But I think because I thought I worked so hard for so many years, like so many years in school, that I was like, okay, finally, like my time to shine. I deserve this reward. And so I had to let go of this belief that that we deserve rewards after certain things. Like sometimes the results are different, outcomes are different. Yeah. So let go of your expectations on the world, yourself, like God, and certain people, and you don't have to be hopeless, but it's more about letting things play out and knowing what you're in control of versus what you're not in control of.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like this year I've adopted a really pessimistic view of life because I just went through so much and it got to the point where I was like, oh my gosh, what is the point? And I feel like for us, we had a hard childhood. It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
We were surviving growing up, and exactly like what you said, you think adulthood is gonna be everything you've ever imagined, rainbows and sprinkles and unicorns and all the good things, and then you're like, wait, I'm 24 and I still have $20 in my bank account, like what is this? And social media also doesn't help, tying back to what we were talking about, because you could go on social media right now and see somebody buying their dream house or their dream car, and you're like, dang, I wish that was me. But obviously you don't see what they put in to get there. And also it hurts us when we see people maybe younger than us or our same age, maybe 300 miles down the road, and we feel like we're so far back. But
that's interesting
comparison
to
is
say.
a thief of joy, honestly.
It's funny that you say that, because although I'm right there with you, I've also kind of started believing in this thing, like
Quantum jumping. A moment of silence for quantum jumping.
I pranked them about quantum jumping. Okay, whatever. What was I saying? About whatever's meant to be will be. And I haven't always believed that because of my own, I don't know, pessimistic ideas about the world. But seeing it from my own eyes, like, I've started to believe it more, and it gives me a lot more hope that things will go the way they're supposed to go and that it will benefit you in the end. So that's interesting. But I have another question before we'll get into our BHAGs about our year in review. And it says, which relationships have been the most meaningful to me this year and why? And just what we've learned about our relationships this year with our friends and I don't know, new people we've met. Not talking about romantic and in a sense, but because I just wanted to bring up that question because I was thinking about our sister relationship and how it's evolved this year.
Yeah. I guess to start off right off the bat, so she came and moved to live in with us while we were still in college, and then our dad moved out here afterwards, and this happened literally last year. And so this has been the first full year that we've all been together in a while, and it's...
Wait, no, that's not true.
2 years.
That's true. That's
2
true.
years.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay.
And it's surreal because she was never meant to move out here. Like, there would have been no reason. She was still in high school. But circumstances brought her out here, and so I'm glad. I think about it all the time. I mean, I'm sad about, like, I'm sad when I think about what you went through that brought you out here, but then I'm like, I'm so glad because it brought us so much closer together, and I see a lot of value in being close to a family, and just enjoying that time while you have it. And I'm so grateful because now we live together, and that just takes your relationship to a whole nother level. Of course, we're fighting every day, but our bond is also growing closer in our emotional connection. So that was one thing.
Honestly, yeah, because the first time when she first came out here 2 years ago, we were living together and we were both still in college. And then that was a horrendous situation.
Being parentified.
No.
Being parental.
Okay.
Even outside of parentification, like, it was just hard, and we had our own like struggles. And combined, it was just not pretty. And this was before our dad moved out here. And so once our dad moved out here, they got an apartment, they lived together, and then Fedor and I then moved out with roommates, right? But then after that fiasco, we really had to have a lot of hard conversations, and those hard conversations led us to now living together again and having a much better relationship. Not perfect, but
like, progress.
Trust me, so much more peaceful in being able to live together. And I think because, like, we didn't grow up, like, knowing how to be sisters because we were in survival mode. We've had to learn a lot in our adult life how to care for one another, meet each other's needs, and be vulnerable with each other. So I think, this has been the most meaningful relationship for me this year too.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that our relationship has helped me. It teaches me everything I need to know about life and relationships with other people. And so I think that's been really helpful this year because I can use what I know to, be a good person in other relationships. So.
I think it's also really cool too because us being together, we're so powerful together. We inspire each other, and we've been helping each other develop more, and we're really growing into who we are. And it's because we're together. And so it's cool to see the people that we're attracting compared to the people we used to attract. I feel like we have found gems, and our relationships are a lot more meaningful, and a lot of that is because we're more sure of who we are, what we believe, and what we value.
It really reaffirms how much. I saw this post, it was like talking about how self-love is like something that you achieve on your own, but that's not something I necessarily believe in, and I think it's such a testament to how I feel about myself and how you guys have attributed to that, because like the only reason I can be confident in myself and love myself is by loving you guys and being loved by you. If that makes sense.
100%.
So it's like,
my therapist. Yes, I go to therapy.
her grant. Wait, no.
My therapist said something the other day, and I was like, that's so true, right? Like, when we go through trauma, it's with other people, and then when we heal, it's also with other people. And so, like, self-love is good, and it's really important, but it's not everything. It's not enough. We need that community love, too. It's supposed to be both. So that's all we have for part 1, and we'd love to continue the conversation in part 2 and talk about our 2025 goals and our BHAG. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Please subscribe, and have a lovely holiday season, and we'll see ya.
See ya.